Unmute. Good morning. This is the Town of Dayton Board of Assessors regular meeting on April 2nd, 2025. I called the meeting to order at 9:46. I'd like to mention that this is a public meeting being video and audio recorded for cable broadcast and internet posting on www.dayton-ma.gov and on YouTube. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Attendance here. The gang is all here. Seems we have no old business, so we're going to jump straight into new business. Sign motor vehicle abatements for fiscal year 25.
Yep. Well,
That's been a while.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the 2025 motor vehicle abatements in the amount of, this is for March 31st, 2025, in the amount of $3,718.46.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is motor vehicle abatements for fiscal year 2024.
Chairman, I move that we approve the 2024 motor vehicle abatements for March 31st, 2025, in the amount of $978.54.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm seeing these leasing companies getting refunds, and I'll bet they don't all refund the money to the
For the renters,
That
There's
is a
lessees.
It's a rebuild.
I believe that goes into
Someone
the bottom line profit.
moved.
Yeah, well, I try to get legislation on that pass,
In a
and
different
it got to a
town, they
committee.
moved Our town.
I'm gonna
so-
resurrect it again after seeing that. I'm gonna write to a few people and say, you need to do this. I gotta find the paperwork though.
That one, that's a rebill. It says 2025-01C.
Mhm.
So it's
Okay,
someone
so,
that moved here and is still getting a bill from another town. And so they abated in the other town and getting billed through us.
okay, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve this notice of commitment. It's a rebilling motor vehicle excise tax in the amount of $263.88.
I second the motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're gonna sign two of these.
Two.
Yeah, it's 2 pages, right?
I see no.
I have
No
no stickers.
stickies.
It's been a very busy week.
That's the first 2-pager, right?
Yes. This is our
This is the
second,
big one.
this is our second commitment for
So
this
this
year.
is-
It's just the last page showing you what the dollar amount
Yep,
is.
yep.
That's a 2-pager.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the motor vehicle and excise tax commitment. Wow,
Yep, our second commitment of the year.
in the amount of $177,760.05.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fiscal year 2025 exemption.
These are exceptions that have come in after the billing has gone out, so, and then manually put them in, so.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the levy of 2025 real estate exemptions, April 1st, 2025, in the amount of $7,287.34.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's the CPA that goes along.
Same.
Yeah.
Had a person approached me the other night. I asked her to contact you because she was wondering the time frame for an abatement. And she was very- So what do you think? March?
We have 3 months from when they, stamp
So
in there.
April, end
Yes.
of April.
some are like this week.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the CPA list of exemptions, levy 2025, dated April 2nd, in the amount of $50.80.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's see. These are abatements we already approved at the last meeting, and now they're inputted into this.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the list of real estate abatements dated April 1st, 2025, in the amount of $3,564.53.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And this is the CPA that goes along with that.
Chairman, I move that we approve the CPA abatement
Sorry, we went around Janus.
for 2025 in the amount of $23.08.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? I'm not sure we can afford this.
I know. I don't think so. We should say no.
All in favor?
Aye. So all of you voters, just remember, he's up for reelection.
Looking out for their tax dollars.
This is a Walker too.
I already voted, so,
We're in. We're committed.
right.
Dare I ask?
There were no choices.
Blank.
Did you already vote?
Voted for blank.
You
Yeah.
could write in. You could write in yourself.
No, they did that to me, remember?
I know.
That's.
No.
In case anybody's wondering, this is how Nancy ended up on the Board of Assessors. They wrote her in.
The first time.
The first time.
That's right.
And then I ran the second time because I was threatened if I didn't, they'd write me in. Yeah.
That's right.
Again,
You
anyway.
might as well put your name out there.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the list of abatements for real estate electric district in the amount of $23.73.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Water. Same thing. I think I did them out of order, but I don't think it matters. I did water, it's supposed to be water and electric, but I did electric.
More.
Slacking, man.
Chairman, I move that we approve the monthly list of abatements, real estate. This is the water district, Dayton Water District, in the amount of $312.18.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So there's nothing for fire, so there's none on that K line.
No, North Dayton, okay.
I just put it just in case. That would only be if the abatement person was in the district.
This is. stuff
One we've
that
already
we
done. Yeah, you've already signed off on that. It's just.
Chairman, I move that we approve the personal property abatement list. April 1st, $5,458.38.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so that's all new business.
Yeah.
Moving on to public input. Usual, there's a giant crowd here.
Do we have many more of these to do? I mean,
Abatements.
yeah,
We had about 27. We haven't done many, so I have a bunch.
I mean, there's a lot of lists of names.
No public. Any correspondence?
But that's abatements. Those are ones that the couple that we already went through. and signed off on.
Okay, all right,
So,
okay.
I'm trying to find,
Okay, so moving on, no
Yeah.
public input. Do we have any correspondence?
I talked to Dan from DDIC.
Mhm.
I don't know where you want it to. I'm just looking for, I printed out some emails,
I
so,
want Dan's in. Do you have Dan's contact? I'll talk to Dan.
I can get it for you. I don't have it on, well, it's probably on my emails, but I
Terry
just
might have
threw
it. She'll
everything.
Get it to me. I wanted to talk to him about it. Is that gonna make it on the ballot, by the way? Is that gonna make it on the
Town meeting
rather?
warrant,
Town meeting warrant?
they said it would be.
That's what he was discussing with me. He wanted to know if we were still on board with putting the,
The
Oh, yeah.
personal-
Yeah, we-
yeah, the small
Absolutely.
commercial
Yeah,
exemption.
absolutely.
And then I'm looking for old emails that he sent, because it told us, because he was thinking maybe the town would, we did it at 2,500 for the exemption, just for it not to get, everyone
Rejected?
yeah.
I don't think anybody would reject
Well, the
it.
way the town is right now is,
But didn't we say we were
We're
gonna
gonna
go
go
with
for like 10
the
grand.
maximum?
You were gonna go to the max, like
Yeah,
10 grand.
because otherwise we'd have to go back.
Yeah.
I'd want to go. for
We
the-
only want to go to 2,500? That's nobody,
He
who
was
has
just-
stuff worth
he
less
was
than
saying, and I
2,500?
printed out. I have no idea where it is. I'll probably find it. It's probably still on the print.
I think you need to tell them, we're set to go back with what we
He was just
presented.
feeling like that at the 2,500 mark, it kind of breaks
Nobody-
even where,
Nobody's gonna fit under that.
Yeah.
Who's gonna
I-
get an exemption at $1,900 for a home-based business?
Not only that, the problem, if that,
You can have, it-
eventually you have a computer and a.
yeah, but people
beauty
probably,
chair.
but people probably aren't even on the list.
yeah, but I could spend $2,500 on a MacBook. No problem, and now I don't fit.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to bring.
And then a printer, a color
Yeah.
printer, and what if you're doing embroidery
Yeah.
on something? I mean,
Yeah,
this machine alone is gonna cost you $3,000.
yeah, tell Dan,
Yeah, tell him I
we're gonna
understand.
go,
right.
we understand.
He wants it
but-
to be approved, and he wants the
Yeah.
best
and we're-
possibility for
right.
improvement. We get that. So
Right.
explain that.
But
But we
we-
think 10 grand is better because it's gonna put
It's,
more people into
right.
that bubble and
and it's
probably spur more.
not only that, it's gonna
Home
help
business base.
everybody who is at 2,500, because it's up to.
Yeah.
I mean, not to exceed, pick a number, but it's 10,000. We don't want people to come back and do this repeatedly and going back to town meeting and changing the amount.
And it goes to
changing the
5,000,
amount.
and then it goes to 10.
Right, I'm sure his
Yeah.
concern is it being voted
I
down.
do not foresee any resistance to this
So you don't think
whatsoever.
that when they say that's 7,000, that the town isn't gonna make? That is what the amount is, based on what we have on the books.
$7,000
7,000
taxable.
versus
what revenue?
What, 20 million? It's nothing.
We want to spur people to start and grow.
Yeah,
Eventually, we want them to have more than
I mean, if you
10,000. We
want
want
out,
to promote
gladly.
them to get started, grow their business, and then get into the bracket of over 10,000.
And I said that you would be there
yes, that would
this
be there.
time
So, yeah,
to
so,
discuss, and we can have the paperwork, that we had last time, or,
okay, well,
you
I
know.
I suppose I can be under public input, I was thinking unanticipated items, but I wasn't gonna ask you about
Oh.
that. We have to put that forward as well as the veteran exemption.
So I don't know who is in charge of the veteran part.
That's why I'm asking.
Yes,
Who's our veteran agent?
Ray Haig,
Ray is, I mean, we kind of came together to want the Hero Act on. I mean, we kind of
So I just wanna
collaborated
make
with
sure
it, but
that-
I don't know who is the one. I think when we kind of talked about it, like, I'm not sure who is supposed to be the one saying how much.
or tell him we want a number from him.
Well, he wants the max. He wants it to go up from 1,000 to 2,000. He wants all the vets to
Mhm.
go up to 2,000. Everyone doubled up.
Right.
Okay, but I don't think anybody disagrees with that. I think that the point is, what is the mechanics of it? Who's gonna draft it? Who's gonna post it? Who's gonna present it at town meeting? I will gladly stand for both of these. I will
Yeah,
advocate
get
for both of these.
the, ask him if he knows what towns have done it, because you can get a warrant article from them and make it fit for ours. That way you'll have the,
Kind of new, so I'm
you'll
not
have
sure.
the,
Everyone's been calling us about it.
oh, well, then Ray needs to do some homework.
Mm.
And he knows lots of people.
Mm.
And just find out a community that's accepted it. Send us the warrant article so we get the wording.
Okay,
Yeah, because it's percentages, so I think he wants it 100%. So
Yep.
that would be, it doubled from what it is.
okay, so if you
Yeah,
could, just
I-
let me know what I need to do. That's,
Okay.
And, because I don't want to drop the ball on this year, like I did.
All you
last
gotta
year.
do is show up and stay there.
But I want to make sure that the articles are actually presented and on the
Right,
warrant.
right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And then we'll get together on some of that. Pros and cons and that sort of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
how much time do we have? We have until what, May, something, to get stuff on the?
No,
warrant?
no,
I don't know.
I'm thinking it's closes in April.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Because
we only
the
got a few
meeting is when.
weeks.
Yeah, the thing to do is, would you let Karen or Leanne know you've got two placeholders? Even if they say, well, we got that one from the fall thing, yeah, we want that one. But then there's the Veterans exemption, so you get the DDIC thing and this Veterans thing, the HERO Act.
Mhm.
Is that, so there are two? All right, and say, please put a note in the file because we're getting the wording for the Veterans article.
Okay.
Because as soon as,
They usually call me in on it because they did last time to look it over and the wording. It was like collaborative.
yeah, but I'm saying to you, as soon as Brook Street said they wanted that pilot agreement again, I said, please put a note in the file. That means it's going to be on the warrant. It's the exact same warrant. Oh, yeah, I always did that way back when. Put a note in the file. We got to ask if they want this thing on the warrant. If you hear something, somebody says, well, maybe we should consider having an article, blah, blah, blah. And I'd say, just put a note in the file. When we're putting this thing together, we'll ask before it closes. Do you still want that? And by the way, we need language, okay? Just let them know. DDIC, and which is exactly what we had in the fall. And that we're trying to get the language for the Veterans Act. Okay, but
Yeah.
put a note in the file because we're planning to bring it forward.
Yep.
Even if we aren't the ones that present it, tell them we want it on there. Okay,
Okay, do you have any minutes?
No, I didn't send them to Nancy. I thought I did. I didn't.
Any other unanticipated items?
I don't think so.
We didn't see that coming.
Take a, entertain a motion to
Yeah, didn't see
entertain.
it coming. It's unanticipated.
I will entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we go into executive session under the provisions of Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A7, to comply with or act under the authority of any special law or federal grant in aid.
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we shall not be returning to open session. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day.